Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Lainey. I am a VIP kid teacher as well as an Outschool teacher. Honestly, I should just be saying Outschool teacher at this point because that is all the content that I've been pumping out is about Outschool. I have been taking a little bit of a break from VIP Kid. If you're not already doing so, feel free to follow me on Instagram. I talk a lot about this and update you guys often about where I'm at with VIP Kid as well as with Outschool. Right now I am taking a little bit of a break. I don't see myself quitting forever with VIP Kid. I just am enjoying my mornings at this point. And I talk a lot about how VIP Kid hours are hard. And so right now I'm enjoying the time that I have working with Outschool. And if you saw my previous video, I am still trying to figure out what my new schedule is going to be once my sitter goes back to college. But again, I'm rambling. I don't know why I just said all of that. Anyways, also, if you're not already doing so, feel free to subscribe and hit that notification bell because just like today's video, I have so much great content coming out, and hopefully this is going to be really helpful for a lot of you who are in the process or even thinking of applying with Outschool. Recently, Outschool made huge changes to their application process, their hiring process, and by huge, I mean not huge, but they changed a big factor of it. Previously, when I got hired, you only had to make a 30 to 90 second video, and it was basically introducing yourself, talking about your passions and what you'd like to teach with Outschool. Now they have completely updated that section, and it is a 3 to 5 minute long video, and they want you to actually do a sample lesson as though you're teaching the class. Now, I do a lot of referring with Outschool, and I know that a lot of my referrals are scared of this part, which I totally get. But I wanted to share some insight, my own opinions on what Outschool is looking for. Now, I cannot say for sure that this information is exactly what they're looking for. I can only tell you based on my experience and what I've seen from my other referrals who have succeeded with getting hired with Outschool. Today, I'm actually going to show you if I were not already an Outschool teacher and if I was applying today with the new application process, what my application video would look like. I'm hoping that this will give some insight, maybe some inspiration for other teachers who are looking to create their own video. Again, I can't say for sure that they would hire me based on this video that I'm about to do. But I can tell you that I think it would work. This is just to show you what I take from their, this is to show you what I take from what their requirements are. If I were to do it, what I would think would be appropriate and what would hopefully be enough to get hired. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit about what they're looking for in this application video. Okay, so if you take a look at Outschool's in their application process, Step 4 is introduce yourself, and it's about the application video. And it says to record a 3 to 5 minute video where you teach a sample of the class. And it will be a sample of the class that you described previously in the written section of the application. So if I were you, and this is with the new application process, I would go ahead and create the class, create the lesson from beginning to end, exactly how you would do it if you were to make that class live for learners to enroll in. So that means obviously in the application part, you have to do the description of the class like you would on Outschool. So I would go ahead and even more than the 3 to 5 minutes that it requires, go ahead and do the entire lesson that you would offer. So like say you would do a 30-minute class. Today I'm going to do my sample lesson for you guys for my astronaut training class. It's definitely my most popular class, and it'll give you insight into what my class is like and what I think is like the meat and the grits that Outschool wants to see. So make sure that you're showing, like you're doing the entire class. So plan out that 30 minutes, and then that way you can go back through and see like what parts you feel like are the most important that you want to show off to Outschool. Okay, so it says record a 3 to 5 minute video of the sample class. It's a way for our team to get a quick read on who you are and the kind of teaching environment you'll provide to Outschool learners. Now, this is very important to me. In my eyes, it says a lot. The biggest thing that they want to see is you. They want to see your personality. They want to see how you're going to teach. They don't want you to be scripted. This is something that I tell my referrals all the time and that I see often, is that teachers are being way too scripted. They're literally writing down or typing up what they should say, and they're reading from that. Don't do it. Don't do it. Be you. Even if you mess up. In my application video, which again, this was like prior to this whole 3 to 5 minute sample lesson, but in the middle of it, a feather flew in front of my face, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm really sorry. But I didn't edit it out. So do your best not to edit and be you as much as you can. Even if you have to do it over like 70,000 times, again, if you're going to be paid $100+ an hour, you're going to have to put the work in. Even with the application, like you have to put the work in. So make it so that it's super natural and not scripted. You don't want to seem fake and that you don't know what you're doing. You want to act like there's truly 6 students in front of you on the screen. What would you do? You're not going to read from your screen when you're in the class, so don't do that in the application portion. So it says, show us and show off the space where you will teach. This is really important. Make sure that you're teaching in your classroom. I know that it can be easy to do it outside or wherever. If you don't have a classroom, maybe you'll teach in your dining room or something like that, just get a background. Just get a background. Like I say that. And look, Nancy, especially if you're a VIP kid teacher, Nancy Taylor does these amazing maps. I use this one when I travel. And you could easily, I put mine on command hooks when I travel, and I put it up on the wall. You could easily do that and then take it down if it's somewhere in your house that you don't want a Nancy Taylor map up on. But that's an option. So make sure that it looks educational where you're at, and highlight your classroom area. Now, let me just go ahead and insert this here because I get this question all the time. My background is actually a chalk paint wall. I painted it with chalk paint, like chalkboard paint. I think it's Rust-Oleum. Anyways, I'll put the link down below. On my blog, I have all of the stuff that I use. And then I doodle on it with chalk markers. And I'm actually getting ready to redo all of this because it says VIP kid. But this was my background that I showed to Outschool whenever I did my application video. And this is where I teach. So make sure you're doing it where you teach. That's very important. Number 2, show us your teaching personality. Really important. Don't act like in your video you're talking to adults on Outschool. Act like you truly do have learners in your class. How would you talk to them? Talk to the video that way. Make sure you're showing yourself as a teacher and not a nervous applicant. I know that's really hard. Easier said than done. I get it. And then the third thing it says is share your expertise. Teach us something that you are excited to share with the learners on Outschool. So for my astronaut training class, which again, I'm saying again, I haven't said this yet, but I am not an expert on space, not an expert. What I am an expert on is play-based learning, engaging children, making lessons interactive, and having a lot of fun, and going that extra step to learn all of these things so that I can teach them in a really fun way that they don't even see as learning, they just think we're playing. And if you're looking for inspiration on how to create a class, I have a video of how I created my first lesson with Outschool and what my process was. So you can always view that if you need to. Okay, really quickly, before we get into the sample video, I just want to hit on a couple of quick points. The first thing being, make sure that you look presentable. Not like this. I mean, this might not have been the best outfit to choose, but like I got on yoga pants. I maybe would put on like yoga pants and then a nice shirt. They'll never know. It's fine. Or like if dress for the part. Maybe you're teaching fitness classes or ballet or something. Like dress for the part. Like it's an interview, but you don't have to make it so formal. Dress how you would dress in your classroom. Now, technically, I would wear this in my classroom, but because it's Outschool, I might not dress that way in my classroom. Okay, so do that. And what was the other thing that I was thinking of? Oh my God, I'm losing my mind. This is me showing you guys what it's like to not edit a video. Okay, maybe I should wait. Okay, I remembered. So one thing that I'm seeing is that some some Outschool teachers are saying that for like referrals or whoever, that if they were doing this, that they would introduce themselves first in the video and then move on to teaching a sample lesson. I personally would not. I read the instructions on the application page, and it didn't say anything about introducing yourself. It said teach a sample lesson. So I would not introduce myself, and I'm not going to, which you'll see. Again, you do you, but it doesn't say that in the instructions. And I feel like one thing that Outschool really looks for is people who can follow directions and like read instructions. And I don't know. I just feel like they want that 3 to 5 minutes to see you teaching. They can read about you all they want in the written part of the application. They don't care otherwise. So if it were me, I would not introduce myself. I would go into it like you were opening up Zoom and there are your learners. So are you guys ready for this? I don't know if I'm ready for this. Okay. We're going to do this. You guys ready? Let's go. Hello. Oh, I'm so excited. It looks like we have all of our friends here today. And if you're in this class today, then it probably means that you really love space, right? Raise your hand if you really love space. Me too. Yeah, me too. So today we're going to talk all about astronauts and learn what it takes to become an astronaut. Right? We're going to learn all about astronauts. So now that we've learned what an astronaut is and why they go to space, we need to figure out, now that we're in space, I'm getting kind of hungry. Are you guys hungry? Do you guys think that astronauts can eat in space? Give me a thumbs up if you think that astronauts can eat in space, or a thumbs down if they don't eat in space. Let's see. I see some thumbs up, some thumbs down. Astronauts actually can eat in space, but it's a little bit different, right? It's a little bit different. When you're eating your dinner and you're at your table, does your food stay on the table? Yeah, our food stays on the table when we eat here on Earth, but when you're in space, your food will actually float, and that's because there's less gravity. Can everybody say gravity? Excellent. You guys said that perfect. Gravity, less gravity, which means that everything kind of floats in space. Yeah, everything kind of floats. So if you're eating maybe a snack, do you think that popcorn would be a good snack to eat in space? I don't know. I think that if you had popcorn just like this, the popcorn would probably float all over space, wouldn't it? If you're inside of your rocket ship, you're going to have to catch all that popcorn. Everybody, catch your popcorn. Catch it and eat it. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is a lot of hard work, isn't it? Yeah, this is way too much work. Okay, we have to think of a better idea. Maybe we should contain it, right? Maybe we should put it inside of something so that the popcorn can't just float all around. If we have it in one thing, we can hold on to it and then maybe put our hand inside of it to get the popcorn out. But if it has an open top, it'll probably go everywhere. So now that we know that we can eat in space, I think that it's probably a good idea for us to go and do some work, maybe on the outside of our space shuttle. So let's go ahead and put on our astronaut spacesuits and let's go outside. Do you guys want to put on your astronaut spacesuits with me? Okay, we're going to do it by singing a song, so you guys join in, okay? Are you ready? Good. If you're going to the moon, wear your boots. Everybody put your boots on. Oh, if you're going to the moon, wear your boots. If you're going to the moon, this is what you have to do. If you're going to the moon, wear your boots. Strap them tight. Okay, let's put on our suits. Legs first. If you're going to the moon, wear your suit. Ugh. If you're going to the moon, wear your suit. If you're going to the moon, this is what you have to do. If you're going to the moon, wear your suit. Now everybody zip it up tight. If you're going to the moon, wear your helmet. If you're going to the moon, wear your helmet. Make sure it's tight. If you're going to the moon, this is what you have to do. If you're going to the moon, wear your helmet. You guys look awesome. You guys look amazing in your spacesuits, and they're really important, right? Astronauts need them to breathe, and they need them to protect them from maybe the sun's rays or other elements out in space. They're very, very important. So now that we've talked about a ton of animals, really cool animals that we've sent to space, I want to see, did everybody bring their stuffed animal to class? Let's see everyone's stuffed animals. Today I have a little chick. I want to see what you guys have. Oh, I see a tiger and a unicorn. What would you do if there was a tiger in space? Do you think they were as good as a dog in space, or maybe a chimpanzee in space? I don't think that they would be as well behaved, right? Good. Okay, what we're going to do is we're actually going to launch our animals into space, but I need everybody to be very careful, okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to say 3, 2, 1, and when I do that, I want everyone to yell, blast off, and to launch their animals, okay? Here we go. 3, 2, 1, blast off! Whoa! Excellent. You guys did amazing today. I think that you guys will make the most amazing astronauts when you grow up. And I had so much fun learning with you, and I hope that I get to see you again. Goodbye, everybody. Okay, so as you can see, I did a few things there, which I wasn't expecting to do. I was hoping to make it one long, like, continuous thing, but I have so much content in that class that it was hard to choose what I feel like showed my personality the most, and like to not have the like background to show you what we're talking about. But anyways, that's what I did. I ended up doing a small transition in between the things in the class to make it look like it was a full class and you're just seeing snippets of it. If you're not going to do that, I think that's perfectly fine for you not to do that. Honestly, that was my intention at first, but I just felt like it was easier for me to slide those transitions in. But you also have the option, of course, to record it right in Outschool. And if that's the case, you plan it out and you plan it, like, because it was hard for me to get it all within 5 minutes. I had to edit it so many times and taking things out because it was just too long. So again, when you do it in Outschool, you can record it, delete it as many times as you want until you're ready to submit it. So you don't have to do those transitions, that editing in between, but that's the only editing that I did. Everything else I kept as real as possible. I did one take of it. Every section that you saw, I only did one take. There was one point, I can't even remember. Oh, I think I deleted it. At one point I said space animals instead of saying like we sent animals to space. I was like, they've got space animals. And I was like, what is a space animal? But I would have left that. But it just was way too long. Another thing that you saw was that I used ManyCam. If you don't know anything about ManyCam, I have a lot of other videos about ManyCam that you can look at. I use it a lot with VIP Kid, and I use it some also with Outschool. Like you saw the popcorn there, I used ManyCam. I also used ManyCam in this situation to share my screen to show my presentation on Canva. Again, another video that I made about how I use Canva in the classroom. But in Zoom, you can share your screen. You don't have to use ManyCam to share your screen. But again, we're not in Zoom for this, so I did it with ManyCam. So yeah, that's really, and all of those pieces that you saw are parts of my class. There was one section I was going to show my rocket printable and how I introduced that to the class, but then I decided just to delete it because Outschool doesn't care. They want to see your teaching personality, and that doesn't show my teaching personality. That just shows that I'm capable of making cool printables. Okay. So make sure that you're picking the parts that show how amazing you are as a teacher, because that's what they want to see. They don't care about the fluff. They want to see your personality. So I hope that was really helpful. I hope that there's some tips in there that could give you insight. I know that sometimes all it takes is a little bit of inspiration, right? Just to see what somebody else did for your mind to be like, yeah, okay, I got it. I know what I'm going to do for myself. So I hope that that's what happened for you guys. And yeah, so if you like this video and you found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up. It helps me. Also, if you're interested in applying for Outschool and you'd like to be a referral of mine, my link is down below, but make sure that you email me. My email is also listed down below. It's very important that you email me. Otherwise, I have no idea and you don't show up on my referral list. I talked about this in my last video, something that Outschool needs to improve on. But I'm happy to be your referral. I'm happy to take a look at your application videos and your application, the written part. I do that a lot for my referrals, and yeah, I just love seeing you guys see that success and to get hired. It's amazing. Also, I just want to point out, if you don't get hired the first time, keep trying. Like, I can't tell you how many referrals of mine have been declined and then been accepted. It's just something that you have to work at, and you have to put that time in. Again, you have to put in the time to show your worth. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.